Hey folks, it's Egwin here from Beyond Systems. Just a couple of weeks ago, before Christmas, I did this movement snack series. And some of the movements I showed you there have been quite complex. Now today I want to add another one of those complex movements, actually adding on to one specific movement that we've been doing before Christmas. Now, the thing with complex movement patterns like the one I'm just showing you right now is this. More complex movement patterns, they are not necessarily movements where you say, okay, I can use this very specific movement in real life. But what they do is they help you to train your mind, they help you to train your neurology, your physiology, your muscles, and your coordination in such a way that by doing those exercises, you improve on internal coordination, you improve on balance, and you improve on energy efficiency in all other types of movement. Why? Because you're telling the body how to perfectly use muscle slings, meaning not just one muscle and its antagonist, but also this muscle, its antagonist, and other muscle groups that eventually help to form a much more complex movement pattern around certain joints, around certain organizational points in the body. That's what we are going to talk about today. It's a combination of a spiral movement, a transitory movement, an opening closing movement. So a lot of different biomechanical aspects are in there. The movement I'm referring to here, like the one this is an add-on to sort of, don't get me wrong, this exercise is standalone, but if you want to jump to the first version of it, where we did it just on one side, I'm going to put the link down below so you can jump over there. The movement we did back then was this. We had this mirror type of approach. We looked at the right side, we turned to the left, and then we allowed it to run smoothly back out. So we had hip action, we have knee action, we have ankle action, we have spiral action in the spine, we have action in our arms, in our hands, rotational axis, and so on and so on. Very complex but very beautiful movement. Yes, the basic idea of it comes out of the Qigong department, but that's the thing. In Qigong, you sometimes train quite complex movement patterns for a great variety of different reasons, coming out of biomechanics, coming out of psychology, coming out of energy efficiency, and so on and so on. The one I'm going to do today is using this basic pattern that I showed you right now on both sides at the same time. The stances are slightly different, but let's just jump right into it. I'm going to show you how it looks like. When I stand here, my inside edges of my feet are parallel towards each other, facing to the camera. I'm gonna bend my knees just a tiny little bit so that I'm sitting between my legs, my pelvis is relaxed and in a neutral position to start with. From here, I'm gonna bring my body to the right side. I'm gonna close my right hip joint. I'm gonna start out with my right arm up like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use both arms and move them simultaneously. Now the right arm is coming up. While I bring the right arm up, the left arm floats out to the side. When I turn my body away from the right palm and I bring the right elbow up, the left arm lifts up. And then I just reverse the movement. So a couple of very important points here. First of all, you see what I do with my body. My body isn't upright all the time, so I'm not doing this. This would just be me using my arms and nothing else. That's not what I do. What I do is actually I tilt my whole body. My spine keeps its structure, so it's not so much an opening closing here. My spine keeps the structure, and then once I'm over here, once I'm tilted slightly to the left, I rotate around a longitudinal axis through my whole body, between my perineum and my crown here. That's what I do. I rotate my body. The second I rotate my body, the rear elbow comes up, and eventually the arm sinks back down and floats out to the side the hand is also supinating, meaning the palm starts to face upwards. So that's a really nice spiral action in the arm here, while the other arm comes up on the other side. Whoa. You have a lot of shoulder rolling motion here. You have spirals, you have this twist around a nice longitudinal axis in your body. All of those things are very important. However, this is not where the foundation of the movement lies. The foundation of the movement is still my pelvis and my legs. Now when I do this movement, just watch my pelvis and my legs once again. I'm gonna point the camera down a little bit more so you can see better. You take a look at my legs. I'm starting over here. Hip is turned to the right side. I move to the left side, but I'm not just pushing from my right leg. Actually, my left knee goes out of the way. My body comes almost in line with my right leg. Now I'm turning my hip in the left hip joint to the left. My body rotates around the longitudinal axis, and notice my left knee is still pointing to the front. That's important. This movement doesn't look like that. Now I'm not closing my left knee, my left hip joint. Now I'm just simply rotating out in the knee and in the ankle. That's not something I want because it puts a lot of pressure on the knee joint. We try to avoid this. Both knees are pointing to the front while I rotate my hip joint. See, the right leg, as long as it's stretched, might be a slight rotation in there, but the left knee is pointing to the front. Now I let go of my right knee and I come back to the right side. I turn my body and I close my right hip joint in the front. Then I come back to the left side. Now I rotate to the left, right knee to the front, and I come over. And that's basically my body motion, in which the arms just flow nicely. And yes, as you've just seen me do, some of you might have noticed, you can do this movement pattern in different rhythms. You can do it as one smooth, continuous flow, or you can come here to this max point, turn, slow down again, to the max point, to the max point. What I mean by to the max point is you bring the movement so far that you can't go any further with a specific part of your body. Then you need to switch to the other side and your body smoothly follows into this new area. Alright, so that's the exercise for today. If you have questions, leave them in the comment box below. As I mentioned, I'm gonna put the link to the simple version of that, to the one-armed version of that, also in the description down below. Have fun trying it out. It is more complex, but it also challenges your brain and really helps you to get into a complete full body flow motion. That's absolutely amazing. That just feels great. Whether you do it just in this exercise or if you practice it a little bit, it will really translate in your life. And that's where we eventually want to get to. That movement, really comfortable movement, positively impacts your overall health, well-being, and well-feeling in life actually. Have a wonderful time. If you liked the video, click like, share, and subscribe. Would be awesome to see you again on the channel, and have a wonderful time. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.